there's a certain level of, you know, sort of anxiety or interest in this, but the facts are the facts. But Ed, you're not listening to me. If it were a government account, they would be saying the same thing. The fact. Either way. No. But well, look, this.
All right, and on it went. And joining us now is Lloyd Grove, editor-at-large at thedailybeast.com and contributor to New York Magazine. Good to see you again, sir.
Steve, nice to see you.
All right, you wrote a great piece about the Fox News Thorn in Hillary's side, and that's Ed Henry, who she was referencing there, answering his question. And this isn't unique to him covering Hillary for Fox. He did the same thing, as you point out, when he was covering Bush for CNN. He has this rough style about him.
Yeah, he's just a very aggressive television reporter. He knows part of his job is creating moments that go on YouTube and sort of bring attention to himself and his network, and he's figured out how to do that, which is being very aggressive and being like Sam Donaldson 2.0.
Yeah, that's absolutely, because there aren't many Sam Donaldsons since Sam Donaldson.
Thank God.
Well, it depends how you look at it.
But, I like Sam.
But well, I want you to watch, at a subsequent news conference, he asked her two questions. One was something about Bill Clinton's speeches that the State Department had to approve, and part two was about, he said, well, watch it. Here's the answer.
You said there's nothing unique about this situation. You've said that before. Can you name one other cabinet secretary who had their own server?
Well, let me answer one of your questions, because I think that's what you are entitled.
That's what you're entitled to. And the question she did...
Those are the rules, by the way.
Well, I don't know. At presidential press conferences, people ask two questions, and I've heard, off the top of my head, Obama answer both of them.
Yeah, I was kidding.
Oh,
those aren't the rules. Yeah. No, she just makes them up as she goes along.
Because she did keep saying, and for those who couldn't hear it, she had said previously in that press conference that there's nothing different that she did than any other, Secretary of State. They used private servers, and he said, who else had the server in their house? And that's the one she wouldn't answer.
Well, the server was actually in a bathroom in Denver.
Somewhere else,
right?
Yeah.
But, the thing itself is not very important, it seems to me, but the way she's been handling it, the way the campaign has been handling it, has done real damage to her. She's losing altitude in Iowa. Bernie Sanders is creeping up on her frighteningly in New Hampshire. So this is a serious problem.
Yeah, and 40-some-odd percent of people in the country say she should suspend her campaign. 60% don't trust her. But let's get back to the media portion of all this. Ed Henry, I think he's doing a great job. I enjoy watching him. I love him at the confrontations with the press secretary for the president, Josh Earnest, as well. What do you think about this Trump ad? I mean, the minute Jeb Bush said it's an act of love, talking about people breaking into this country, you knew it was going to happen. I'm a little surprised that at this point, with the lead he has over Jeb Bush, that Trump is hammering away with that kind of Dukakis, like Willie Horton ad there, saying so early in the campaign. Are you?
No, everything's starting earlier. It's just like, I don't know why. And, Jeb Bush's PAC has done a response ad.
Yes, they have, yes.
And
it's
pretty effective. Right, it's pretty effective. I mean, Trump is saying in an interview, well, I'm a Democrat, I'm pro-choice, I'm all the things that presumably Republican voters who vote in primaries would absolutely hate, but he's Teflon.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because he stands there and he calls Anthony Weiner a pervert. And he stands there and he says it's about UMA. And he stands there and says we got to get rid of these illegals, these who are killing us. And nobody else will say that.
Yeah, and I think I told you some weeks ago that I thought he'd hit a ceiling and that he was going to go away.
I wasn't going to bring that up.
Well, I was wrong. I mean, his negative positive ratings have flipped. He's much more positive than negative, and he's doing better than most of the other candidates in that regard.
I mean, when you look at Iowa, Carson and Trump and Fiorina, it's over 50% of the vote. That's outsiders, quote unquote. Although Huckabee yesterday said he's more outside than they are. But I just don't see. I mean, you think of Walker, you think of the talent, the credentials of those who are also in the race, and they're non-existent.
Credentials are irrelevant this cycle so far. And I don't see, by the way, on a different point, I don't see how CNN can keep Carly Fiorina out of the debate.
Polls that are from before the first debate is insane. Is it not?
Yeah, they're going to have to. I think some adjustment is going to be made.
Do you blame the RNC or you blame CNN?
I blame myself.
We have a shrink for you for that. Thank you,
you,
sir. Good to see you. And coming up next, we're going to be joined by Michael Barone, the senior political analyst at the Washington Examiner. He's going to talk about some unusual things that could happen in the next election. Don't go away. Get your copy of Ben Carson's book, One Nation, absolutely free. All you have to do is pay $4.95 to cover the cost of shipping. Plus, when you order your free book, you'll also receive 3 trial issues of Newsmax magazine and 2 trial issues of Health Radar at no additional cost. That's a $50 total value for free. Call 1-800-485-4350 right now. That's 1-800-485-4350 or visit newsmax.com/Ben right now.